Hey everyone, Mitch coming in for the Commander's Core Studio. Welcome to the show. So on today's episode, I've got a crazy cool deck for you built around Ms. Bumbleflower, a commander that might seem very friendly at first, but yeah, this deck is anything but that, and very, very different from the precon, and in my opinion, packs quite a bigger punch than the precon. Let's jump into it. So, a 1/5 Rabid Citizen for 4 mana in Bant. Vigilance. Whenever you cast a spell, target opponent draws a card. Put a +1 counter on target creature. It gains flying until end of turn. This is the second time this ability resolved this turn. You draw 2 cards. So, again, it appears as a group hug commander. It's like, oh no, I'm giving that player over there a card. You're welcome. Yes, I'm such a good friend to you. And then all of a sudden, no, that's not what this is happening at all. Again, this is a commander that forces card draw, which again, yes, at a one at a time kind of thing, you know, your opponents can be like, oh, that's a lot of value. Thank you so much. You're helping me a lot. But no, I'm actually hurting you because what's going to be happening is I'm going to be forcing all of the card draw you can take and then some, and then you're going to deck out and lose. This commander is evil. This commander is brutal. This commander is amazing when built in the right way. And by right way, I mean this way. Anyways, this is a deck that not only can be brutally effective, but also can be brutally budget friendly, if that's a phrase. $17.41 according to Moxfield, not including shipping or basics, but you might already have those basics or get them LGS or from a friend. Regardless, it's a very, very interesting build with a commander that, again, many might see as friendly, cuddly, cute, and I see as world-shaking, value-ending game. Let's jump into the tactics. So, first up, let's start with the Golden Pigs. Two Golden Pigs, actually, and you'll see why here in a second. Banishing Knack, an instant for a single blue mana. This card is the #1 card out of our 99, along with its companion. Until end of turn, target creature gains tap, return target non-land permanent to its owner's hand. Basically, it imbues any of our creatures with the ability to say, hey, let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. Let's bring that back. Because this is a card that actually allows us to have an absurd amount of combos where we are casting spells again and again and again and again. And again, when we do that, well, we open up the possibility of, again, milling every single one of our opponents out, just making them draw their entire decks essentially, and then draw one more card and they lose. Retraction Helix is the exact same card, literally the exact same card, except slightly cheaper, I guess, and printed with a different art anyways, a different name, but still the exact same card. Both these cards, again, open up the possibilities to so many cool combos out of nowhere. Definitely, in my opinion, worthy of the title of the Golden Pigs. But to see why those two cards are our Golden Pigs, let's highlight them with tactic number 2, do that again. Talking about cards like Batter Golem, a 3/2 Golem that doesn't untap during our untap step. Oh no! But whenever an artifact comes into play, we can untap it. So all of a sudden, again, if this has the ability to tap and bounce something, say maybe an artifact that maybe we can cast for free, we can then cast it, and then tap this, and then bounce it back, and then cast it, and then tap this, and then bounce it back, and you see where this is going. Infinite casting, fun times to be had. Next up, Midnight Guard. Exact same thing, but now with creatures. Whenever another creature in his battlefield, we untap this. So again, giving the ability to tap can be infinitely amazing. Mirror and Spy. Whenever you cast an artifact spell, you may untap target creature. So technically, Retraction Helix doesn't have to be on this. It can be on a different creature, but still exact same thing, basically, with the artifacts. Zephyr Scribe, even more widespread value here. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, untap it. So again, anything that's not a creature, doesn't matter what it is, we are going to be untapping this. Leonin Battle Mage. Whenever you play a spell, you may untap it. So again, anything, any of the future combo cards I'm going to be talking about work with this one in combination with Attraction Helix or Banishing Knack. Traxos Scourge of Krug. Enters battlefield tap, doesn't untap during tap step, but when you cast a historic spell, you untap it. So again, that includes artifacts, legendary sagas. For the combo purposes, it's going to be artifacts. Pristine Angel. As long as it's untapped, it's got protection from artifacts in all colors. So with this, we kind of need to swing first with it and make sure that it is tapped so we can actually, cast the Retraction Helix or Banishing Knack on it. That being said, whenever you cast a spell, you may untap it. So now, yeah, you see where this is going with the combo. Pristine Skywise. Whenever you cast a non-creature spell, untap it. Protection of the color of your choice till end of turn, so it can actually protect itself as well. Keep in mind, though, for that first time, you need to be able to have, non-protection from blue. Steelfin Whale, well, affinity for artifacts, so you can get this down very cheaply, very effectively. When an artifact enters the battlefield under control, you untap this. So yet another way to untap it again. Gives so much value, so much potential with these combos. Let's talk about the other pieces here now. So, tactic number 3, Zero Hero. That's right, we've got 0 mana spells, including a quarter shield. Now, it doesn't really matter too much what exactly these do. There is some value to be had with some of them, but sure. Equipped creature gets +3, +0, +3, and has vigilance. That's nice. I mean, it's great. Our commander can be a massive blocker for us. But also, yeah, this is a great combo piece, again, with the Retraction Helix or Banishing Knack, plus those untapped creatures, the ones that have artifacts or non-creatures, whatever they are. Yeah, you can actually just keep, again, casting, untapping, casting, untapping, casting, untapping, forcing opponents to draw, and they lose. Briber's Purse, X mana, enters the battlefield with X gem counters on it. So I guess earlier in the game you could put mana into this. Pay 1 tap, remove a gem counter from it. Target creature can attack or block this turn. A great way to basically protect yourself in certain situations. Or again, just a 0 mana spell for us too. Cathar Shield, basically the exact same thing as a quarter shield. Then there's Chimeric Mask. Again, another X spell. If you need to actually get some mana of this, cool, you can. Turn to a creature, essentially, just by paying 1. Or again, can just be a free spell for us. Darksteel Relic. It's free, it's indestructible, that's basically all we care about. Delphi's Cone, this can actually maybe help us-ish, but most likely, yeah, just worry about the actual 0 cost. Tap Sacrifice it if target creature control attacks and is not blocked. You may choose to gain power in its life, sure. It doesn't deal damage then. We're probably not going to do that too often. Keep in mind, actually, that does combo in other ways too, we'll talk about here in a little bit. Sacrificing is kind of what we care about. Herbal Paltus. This one costs 0 mana as well. Pay 3, sacrifice, regenerate target creature. Earlier in the game, it can be a way to protect our commander or an important key piece if we need to. Kite Shield, +0, +3. No vigilance, though. Oh, darn. Anyways, it doesn't matter. All we care about, again, is it costs 0. Ornithopter, 0 mana creature force, 0/2. Flyer, yeah, just keep recasting this one. Spider Silk Net, 0, 2, and Reach. Yeah, again, and another way to pump up our commander a little bit for some defense earlier on. But most importantly, we care about that 0 cost. Tormod's Crypt, tap, sacrifice, exile card to target player's graveyard. That can be a great way to shut down a Reanimator strategy or another graveyard-centric deck. But yeah, most of the time, we just care about that costing 0. Zordorb, if you're really desperate, sure, sacrifice some lands to gain some life. Mostly, though, we just care about it being 0. But now let's go on to tactic number 4, Heavy Discount, because even though these cards don't technically cost 0, they kind of do. Hidden Herbalist, a 2/2 Human Druid for 2 mana in green. When it enters the battlefield, a permanent you control left the battlefield this turn, add green to your mana pool. Again, we are basically guaranteed to have that happen because, yeah, we've got the Retraction Helix or the Banishing Knack. We'll be tapping, we'll be bouncing things. We can ensure that this is basically a free creature. Again, cost 2, but then basically gives us the mana back that we paid. Scale Chisgoria, if we've got 3 artifacts, which again, we've got a ton of artifacts in this deck. We're not done with those yet either. This can cost 0 because it's got affinity. You can play it instant speed as well, so again, this can be instant speed combo. Lovely. Also, tap target creature gets +0/+1 till turn. Technically, can be, again, not infinite, a trillion, whatever you want it to be. So we could just pump, toughness. More importantly, though, I guess pumping power. +1/+0 until end of turn. Keep in mind, our commander actually pumps as well and gives flying too. Again, the exact same thing essentially, but with that. So again, yet another potential instant speed way to just combo out of nowhere. Next up, tactic number 5, Flashy, because, yeah, speaking of instant speed and going out of nowhere, Final Word Phantom, a 1/4 Spirit Detective Flash flying during each opponent's end step. You may cast spells as though they had Flash. So yeah, being able to unexpectedly just be like, oh, okay, you thought this was happening. Now all of a sudden the game is ending right now. Shimmer Mirror, great, would do that with our artifacts. Flash this in itself. You may cast artifact spells as though they had Flash. Again, the majority of our ways to combo off are artifacts. Wrath Capuchin, Shifts Mage, Flash Flying, cast Historic spells as though they had Flash. That, of course, includes artifacts, legendaries, and saga. So again, out of nowhere, take out your opponents. Moving on, tactic number 6, less is more, because while we want to speed things up, we want to actually get this going quicker, and also we want to broaden our ability to actually combo with certain cards. By being able to reduce the cost of cards, we can make certain cards that wouldn't be able to combo, now comboable. Spells cost 1 less to cast. Awakeness does help our opponents, but I guarantee it's going to help us more. Sten, Paranoid Partisan, enters the battlefield, choose card type, anything other than creature or land. We've got a lot of options there, including, yes, artifact. Spells each chosen type cost 1 less to cast. You can also blink it if you need to reset that. Foundry Inspector, artifacts, 1 less to cast. Starnheim Courser, artifact and enchantments, sure, 1 less to cast. Heliod, this is a combo in and of itself, combo generator, I should say. Enters the battlefield, bring back an enchantment card that isn't a god. Sure, we care about that, I guess. Not really all that much. 3 and a Phyrexian blue, though. Flip it over. And when you do, my goodness. Heliod the Warped Eclipse. You may cast spells as though they had flash. Now, all of our things have flash. Again, talked about why that's so beneficial. On top of that, though, spells you cast cost 1 less cash for each card your opponents have drawn this turn. Yeah, even just 1 can be deadly. We'll talk about why here in our next tactic. So we're moving on to tactic number 7, Rock On, because yes, even our ramp spells, even our mana rocks, and yes, we're going mana rocks, not land ramp with this deck, even though we have green, can be pieces of our combo, because if we've got those cost reducers in play, and these cost at least 1 less to cast, like Arcane Signet, taps for 1 mana of any of a color on a commander's color identity, they are essentially free. Again, you pay it 1 to actually put this in play, then all of a sudden, it can tap for 1. Then you bounce back to your hand. You pay 1, you tap for 1. You pay 1, you tap for 1. You're basically getting the mana back. And again, if we have cost reduction 2, we have infinite mana as well. Not that we need it, because if we're casting things infinitely, our opponents just lose. Everflowing Chalice, just another 0 mana to help us as well. You can multi-kick it if you want to for some mana. Azorius Signet, yeah, 2 mana. You know what the Signets do. They filter our mana. We're, of course, running Silesia Signet as well, and Simic Signet. Regardless, yes, this does have an activation cost, but it does tap for 2 essentially. So again, if we have at least 1 cost reduced for this card, it's basically going to be free for us to cast again and again and again and again. Felwar Stone, basically the exact same thing as Arcane Signet. I mean, most of the time, it's going to tap for any of the colors that we need, depending on our opponent's land situation. Mind Stone taps for colors, pay 1 tap, sacrifice, draw a card if you need to. Talisman of Curiosity, tap for colors, or tap for 1 of our 2 colors, and 1 damage to us. Talisman of Progress, exact same thing, but in Azorius colors. And then Talisman of Unity, exact same thing, but in Selenia colors. The thing that matters with all of these, though, again, like I mentioned, is essentially, hey, cost 2, and then all of a sudden, we can actually play it for 1 when we have that cost reduce, and we can tap for mana right away. So we actually have a way to bounce this back to our hand, play it again and again and again. Even our mana rocks can be parts of our combo. Next up, tactic number 8, another avenue. We actually have another way to go about comboing that actually utilizes some cards we talked about earlier too. Teshar, Ancestor's Apostle. A 2/2 bird cleric with flying. Whenever you cast a Soric spell, return target creature card with mana value 3 or less from your graveyard to the battlefield. Again, that already is just a lot of value for this deck because we've got a lot of historic spells, like a lot of artifacts, a lot of free artifacts that we can play to bring things back when we need to. And some of those things might be, I don't know, something like Salvager of Ruin. A 2/1 construct, sacrifice it, choose target permanent card in your graveyard that was put there from the battlefield this turn, bring it back to your hand. So this we can actually keep bringing back. We can sacrifice this to bring other things back, like, maybe something like Delphi's Cone, that we can, sacrifice a 0 mana thing. Or like Stone Coil Serpent, it's a 0/0, reach, trample, protection, multicolored, enters with X1 counters on it, and if we don't put anything into that X, then it's just gonna go away. And then we can bring it back, and then go away, and then bring it back, and you see where this is going. Shifting Wall, basically exact same thing. 0/0 wall, defender, costs X, comes with X counters on it, but again, if we don't put anything into that, this is just a creature that keeps dying again and again and again. You can see where this combo is going. So yeah, Teshar is a great addition to this deck and another avenue for us to win. Next up, tactic number 9, expert move. Yeah, Baral's expertise actually can be another way for us to combo and win in a very, very weird way. Sorcerer, 5 mana in blue, bounce 3 target artifacts and or creatures back to their hands. You may also cast a spell with mana value 4 or less from your hand without paying its mana cost. Now, the first time you actually don't want to actually get this for free. You want to be like, okay, I'm going to cast this, but I'm going to respond to casting it. Actually, I'm not going to let it resolve because I'm then going to cast Narumeha, Master Wizard, 3/3 human wizard with flash. Enters the battlefield, copy target, insert a sorcery spell you control, choose your targets for the copy. So basically what you're doing is you cast this, you copy Brawl's expertise while it's on the stack. With that copy, you bounce back Narumeha, and you also cast Narumeha for free back from your hand because it costs 4 or less. And then you do it again, and again, and again, copying the original as many times as you need to, and casting it for free again, and 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 again. Again, milling your opponents out with your commander. Next up, tactic number 10, go get it. Yeah, we do have a commander that can actually help us dig down into our deck. Again, we've got so many ways to cast so many spells. Yes, even our opponent's turns as well. So if we cast 2 spells in a turn, we're going to draw 2. every single time. That being said, yeah, we need some ways to kind of guarantee we're going to get the pieces that we want. Dizzy Spell's a great way to do so. Sure, target creature gets -3, -0 until end turn. Maybe ignore that unless you really, really desperately need that. Transmute this away, though. Discard it, pay that 3, go tutor up anything that costs 1, including, of course, our golden pigs into our hand. Inspire the Bards, a great way to tutor up things. Begin for upkeep, may put a Harmony counter on it. Pay 4, essentially tab search life for a creature card, mana value equal to the number of Harmony counters on it. Reveal, put in your hand. Yeah, that we can just decide not to put any Harmony counters on this and go get something like Ornithopter, and that could be fantastic for us. Drift of Phantasms, go get something at 3 again, transmute for 3 mana. Ecological Appreciation. Search your library and graveyard. Keep that in mind. For 4 creature cards with different names, each have mana value X or less. Reveal them. Opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Shuffle them and put them in your hand, or put them on the battlefield. Actually, just right onto the battlefield. Yeah, the other ones go away though. That's okay. Exile this. So yeah, we've got a lot of different avenues, a lot of different creatures that again can fill the exact same purpose for us. Threats undetected, very similar in that way. Go get 4 creature cards with different powers. Reveal them. Opponent chooses 2 of those cards. Shuffle the chosen cards library with the rest into our hand. So yeah, again, getting just 1 key piece can be huge out of those 4. Trinket Mage enters the battlefield. Choose life for an artifact card. Converted mana cost 1 or less. Reveal it with your hand, then shuffle. Yeah, a lot again of different avenues we can go with this one. Getting a card that costs 0 even can be huge for us. Trophy Mage, go get that artifact that costs exactly 3 and get in your hand. Micromancer, ETB, search life for an instant source card, mana value 1. You know what those are. Reveal, put in your hand. Bring to Light, a great tutor for us. Search life for a creature, instant, or source card to convert mana cost less than or equal to the number of colors of mana spent to cast this, which of course can be, well, very easily 3 with a 3-color deck like this one. And then exile it, shuffle it. You can cast it for free, essentially. And then there's also Invasion of Arcadia. It's come up in a lot of different ways. Enters the battlefield, tutor up either from your graveyard, library, or outside the game. Non-commander, that's okay though. Instant sorcery, put it right in your hand. Again, can be our golden pigs. Flip this over though if you take it out. Enchantment, when you cast instant sorcery spell from your hand, you can copy that spell to the copy. Can be a great way to get a lot of extra value. Supply and demand. Supply can be a fun way to just dump a bunch of mana, make a bunch of saplings if you need to, but more importantly, demand. Go tutor up a multicolor card, reveal it, put in your hand, then shuffle. A lot of good options there. Blue Eyes Exarch finally enters the battlefield. Choose 1. Go get a creature card, put it on top of your library so you're ready to draw into that. Again, can be something as simple as Ornithopter, which can be game ending, or yeah, get rid of something. Put target non-creature permanent on the bottom of its owner's library, so either are great options. And with that, this episode is coming to a close. Comment below with your thoughts on it, and of course, as always, thanks again and have a good one. This show and episodes like this one are possible thanks to viewers like you. If you're looking for an easy way to help support this show, make sure that you like, share, and subscribe. Also, hit that bell notification icon so you don't miss any new episodes. You can also go check out our playmats and other merchandise at thecommandersquarters.com. We also have a ton of brand new t-shirt designs in stock, so make sure you check out those as well. Another easy way to support this show is with our TCG Player affiliate links. So whether you're buying a deck or individual cards, you can use this general link right here or one in the description. And the final way that you can support this show is by supporting us directly by becoming a patron. There are many benefits to being a patron, and I truly couldn't do this without all of their support.